Good
Hello,
afternoon, sir.
good afternoon. That's great.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
So that's good. I've seen that you have been trying to join the class maybe
Yes, sir.
some minutes ago.
Yes, sir.
So we just need to wait for others to come. Maybe let at least wait for just 2 minutes. Then we will start. Today lesson it just will be a kind of introduction to the lesson.
Okay, sir.
So by next week, so that more people that have not heard about it, they will really join us next week.
Okay, sir.
So where are you now precisely? Oyedeko.
Ilorin. I'm in Ilorin.
Ilorin, that's great.
Yes, sir.
I school in Ilorin, University of Ilorin. I think I finished there.
I
That-
also did my degree there, sir.
Oh, that's good. Which faculty?
Yes, sir.
Faculty of Education.
Educational technology.
Ah, that's good. Better by far.
Better
Ah,
by stress.
oh, no worry. Mr. Yaya Dauda. You are welcome, Mr. Yaya. That's great. So you can unmute yourself so that we at least hear your voice before we start the lesson.
Okay, sir.
No, I'm talking about okay,
Mr. Yaya.
Mr. Yaya. I think you can see
Okay.
him too as well.
I, I'm yet to see him. I can't see. I can only see you,
Okay,
sir.
it's using his phone. Okay. See, and okay, the network from his side is not that good really. So what can you you should know Professor Yusuf then.
Yes, I know
Oh,
Professor Yusuf. He was HOD
what's it?
doing when we were in 300.
Oh,
So he became the head of Institute of Education by the time we got to 400.
oh, that's great. That's great. That he is my mentor, and I also finished for the PhD. My first degree, education technology, University of Ilorin. My second, University of Ibadan, and third degree, University of Ilorin. So that's why I say better by far. You can say better by stress, but at the end of the day, you will enjoy it. Mr.
Yes,
Yaya,
sir.
can you hear us now? Mr. Yaya Dauda, you're also welcome. Mr. Water.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Mr. Badmus.
I like your face, so.
Thank you, sir.
That's good. You are removing it.
Okay,
Don't
sir.
worry. The virus cannot just pass the screen.
Yes, sir.
That's good.
Okay, sir.
So yeah, you joining off from
Yeah, from Buguma,
Bogoma.
Abuja. The Buguma, yeah.
Oh, that's our base now. We are very close to the headquarters. That's great.
Okay, sir.
So your background too,
Excuse
your
me,
first
sir.
degree, where do you finish that?
University of Lagos,
University of
Educational
Lagos.
Technology.
Oh, Unilag. Unilag.
Yes, sir.
That you should know some. Which year was that? Which year did you finish?
Huh?
Hmm?
I didn't get that, sir.
I say, which year did you finish?
Okay, I finished 2011.
2011. That's great. That's great. There is this one lecturer there, Dr. Oladejo. I don't know whether you know him. Oladejo Maruf. You know,
That the truth.
Edon technology is under. Is it Edon technology or technology education? Which one did you normally call it there?
Yeah, we call it technology education.
Technology.
It's another faculty of education.
I know.
Yeah, it's evaluated through electric technology, building technology, and mechanical technology.
Yes.
It's a major in one aspect. I majored in electrical.
Electrical electronics. You know,
Yes, sir.
2010, I was there for an interview. So my NC was on electrical electronics, NC technical.
Okay.
So, and they tried to ask me question as regard to, this, triode. Triode.
Okay.
They are now asking me whether this professor from science, asking me whether
Okay.
what are the terminal of triode. So, since I
Okay.
finished the NC technical, I've forgotten most, but
If you go see some of those things,
I can remember emitter,
anode.
anode. I've forgotten the The third one.
Gas recharge tube and all of that.
Oh, so that's great. You are welcome. So
Thank you, sir.
technology, you know, since you find us here, I think you are in the right place. So
Thank you, sir.
that's great. So
Thank you,
Mr.
sir.
Yaya Dauda, we've not hear you so that we know that you are with you. But we can see your face, your laugh, your teeth, white one, and the other things like that. So that's great. So since let's start, because today we just been an introduction to EDT 811, just an introductory, so that some people that they've not heard about this online lesson, so that by next week we start and join us. So Oyeyipo, what can you say about Edo technology really?
Educational technology has been a great cause of field of learning. You know, mainly the systematic application of scientific knowledge. Educational technology try to gather knowledge from many fields like computer science, field like electronics, and apply it in the field of education to produce technological instructional material to help in learning, to make learning easy and to motivate learners. So educational technology, we used to call it jack of all trade, master of all.
Okay, not master of none.
Master of all. Because you need to apply a knowledge of a computer scientist, you need to apply the knowledge of electronics, you need to apply so many scientific knowledge in that field.
That's great. That's great. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Water, is this water?
Yes,
is this water, or how do we pronounce that? I want to learn.
Walter. Yeah, correct, sir. Walter.
That is Adetunji, right?
Yes, sir.
That's great. So, you have said so many things about aeron technology. You know, there's one thing about aeron technology that we normally say that it cut across all the field. It cut across, that is athletic in nature. ECLE, athletic in nature. It cut across all the field. Psychological, we say educational technology there. Philosophical, we say educational technology there. So it is very important. That's why there's no course or no subject that you will teach without using an aspect of educational technology to make that learning more effective. What test can you say, Mr. Adetutu, to at least say that educational technology is important to teacher education?
Okay, what I would just say is that educational technology also makes use of several tools, okay, in learning to bring about effective learning, like use of multimedia, you know, facilities that aids learning, like the printed materials, non-printed materials, you know, projector, smart board, interactive materials to further facilitate teaching and learning in the classroom and make it interesting and interactive with the learners. So this is part of it. Mr. Oyeyipo has said a lot. I've said a lot about it.
Yes.
Which I've also learned. So the use of multimedia to facilitate teaching and learning.
Do you know why I like both of you? Mr. Dauda, unmute yourself so that you also contribute to this thing. Because you are using set, it may somehow find it difficult. But you know why I like these two contributions is that what Mr. Oyeyipo have said, he said it in line with what we call software approach. In line with what we call software approach. Software approach is an approach that dealing with other aspects of learning, like psychology that I've mentioned. Are you getting me now? But you talk about, okay, Mr. Yaya, don't worry, that doctor will be there very soon.
By his grace, sir. By his grace, it's a good compliment. To be there very soon.
Very soon, I like that. This is your cap. I like it. I almost cherish it when I'm always in Abuja.
Oh, great. I stay in Abuja to my family in Abuja, but I'm here in Lagos with you.
Oh, Lagos, that's great. That's great. So
Yes,
what
I'm joining you from
I think you can listen to what we have been trying
Yes,
to
I can hear very well.
Oh, that's great. So, Mr. Water have talked about using hardware. That is hardware approach, using equipment, using machine, using tools to make learning more effective, to make teaching more effective and efficient to teacher. So
Yes.
the tool now, if you bring the two together, we call it system approach. We call it system approach. All these things, they are very important. Now, Mr. Yaya, what is your background?
I studied economics education from the University of Maiduguri, graduated in the year 2007.
Yes, yes. So tell me why educational technology is one of the most interest to you to at least.
It was a course I took in my 300 level as an undergraduate of economics education.
Okay.
And I found it very interesting because it deals with using computer technology in advancing teaching and learning, and it makes teaching and learning very interesting.
Yes.
And we use some of the multimedia facilities to aid in teaching and learning. It combines the use of software technology, where you can use, instead of using what do you call it, these teaching aids, as in practical aspect of teaching it, becomes very soft, and you can use projectors.
Yes.
And learning becomes easy and very interesting to both the teachers and the learners alike.
Yes, 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 yes. You know, I'm in the midst of the great men. Even not only the, I know we're able to see women also join us. This contribution have even given me background to the fact that, oh, these are, you don't worry, by the end of the day, your master will be of a very huge CGPA.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much, sir.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
That's great. But what we have said, not only that we focus on the education technology, I am trying to at least to start the lesson. Only today, we only do a kind of introduction to EDT 811. Education technology is broad. Is broad. It's broad in the sense that we have so many things that are embedded in education technology. We've said so much about it, like hardware approach, like what we are using now is in line with education technology. I'm in Ibadan now. I just left Abuja on Friday for Easter. I'm in my hometown now, and we can see ourselves, and we can see that learning is taking place. That is education technology. That is what you are saying. Mr. Yaya have just said it, that using technology, but now we are going inside to sophisticated technology, something that even during our own time at the undergraduate, this kind of thing were not there. But now you can see that we are moving up. So that is why technology is expanding, and we also need to expand with it. So not only with what we have mentioned, there are some certain things that also embedded or that we need to talk in nanotechnology. That is communication. I think if I ask Mr. Yepo now, we will be able to talk about, communication, because your first degree is in nanotechnology.
Yes,
So
sir.
communication, it's not that we are in language or English or somehow that we can speak very well, but not only that, but the principles of communication, the way communication can be processed, that the way communication can be transmitted from the teacher to the student. Those are the things that need to be there. If they are not there, let me tell you, there is two types. Actually, it's not within this this course, but I want to remind you that we have some type of communication. There's one that we call open-ended communication and closed-loop communication. The open-ended communication is, I think, Water, is it from you that they were talking?
No, it's not from my place. Not from my end.
Oh, yeah, therefore,
Sir?
is it from you that they were talking so that
No, it's not from me.
There's the background sound
I'm
coming.
alone.
I can hear some background, but not from me anyway.
Is it Mr. Dauda?
No, I'm alone in my office.
Okay.
Okay. Probably you should, but I'm alone, Sha. Probably people outside are talking.
No,
Background noise from outside, maybe not far away from where you are.
Okay, don't worry. I don't want to unmute you now because today is we just need to contribute. Now, what I'm saying, like what we just said now, look at it. We are talking about communication, and we have to stop for that thing to pass so that we can continue. That is what we call channel overloading. Channel overloading in communication. There's one that we call channel blockage. When we have channel overloading, this is not the topic we're going to treat, but we are going inside there. You know, this kind of advanced learning, you know, this is the master. A lot of things will be coming up, and from there you learn from it. So the channel overloading, that is what it just happened now. In the classroom, when you are teaching or a teacher is teaching, and maybe the school is built beside the railway station, and the train is coming, you know, there will be a lot of noise on from the outside, and the teacher have to stop for train to pass. Are you getting me now? When that thing happens, that's called channel overloading. Or there is or principal just enter the class and you have to stop the lesson for principal to at least to disseminate or giving the student the information, and you start again. That is channel overloading in communication. But channel blockage, you know, blockage is blockage when something stops entirely. Like when we have a psychological problem in a class now, and a student just collapse and die, you know, there's no way you can continue with it. Can you continue with the lesson?
No,
you cannot. Because as a teacher, you have to write report. You are the one to give whatever they are happening in the classroom. You cannot continue. That is channel blockage. Or when there is now, the window to classroom is not well closed, the window are not good, and the rain coming from outside every angle, you cannot continue with the lesson. So that is anything that happened that makes you to the lesson to discontinue with the lesson. That is channel blockage, and it's also part of communication. Now, the one that I'm talking about is open-ended communication. It's one of the type of communication, and this open-ended communication, open-ended, is the one that when the teacher is teaching without instructional materials, he gives room for two things. The first one is that teacher may teach above the level of the student, or he can also teach below the level of student, because there is nothing that is moderating your teaching between you and the student. That is open-ended communication. When you teach, when a teacher is teaching and he's teaching above the level, how will you know? Because what I'm teaching students have seen it before, they've read it before, they've talked about it before, and you are still repeating that. They will have time to, instead of listening to you, they will be doing another thing. So the one when you are teaching below the level of student, that's what we call that one, we call it boredom. The student, okay, when you are teaching above, it leads to frustration. Are you getting me now? Because they don't understand what you are teaching.
Yes.
When you are teaching above their levels, they don't understand what you are teaching. They don't get you right. They don't understand language. They don't understand the concept. Someone can say that we don't get you. We don't understand. That is, you are teaching above their levels. Are you getting it? It can lead to frustration. So, and then you are giving their assignment on what they don't even understood at all. So it will cause problem. So when you are teaching below their levels, that one lead to boredom. They will be doing another thing in the class because they know what you are doing. They know what you are saying. So what moderates the teaching is instructional materials, using technologies, using charts, so many things that you can use. Because as you are speaking, if you are teaching above their level before, and you have relevant instructional materials, by the time you take that thing out and show it to them, they will definitely agree that, oh, this is what you are saying. Am I not? I think they will say that.
Yes.
Oh, this is what you are referring to. We have seen it before. Sir, please, sir. Okay, I can describe it. They will start talking by giving you enough information about what you are saying, and you will feel relaxed. You will feel somehow, oh, thank God that these students they are coming up because of instructional materials. Are you get me now? So that is when you are using instructional materials to do that. That is what you call closed loop communication. Closed loop communication. So some of these things, they are very, very important in educational technology. That is why communication also is one of the aspects that we need to talk about it. And you know, masters in educational technology, by the time we finish, they will be calling us master. And you know what I mean by master? Master is Ogao. Are you getting me now? And
Yes,
even
yes.
but they normally say Ogani master. Are you getting me now?
That's it. That's it.
On Migrate our own, there is one professor, I don't know whether you have read about his book. He's late now, just died some months ago. So he taught me in University of Ibadan. And when he's giving notes, a lot of assignments, doing and other things, and we are complaining, like leading to frustration. And we say, you want to be calling as a master, you want to hold master, and you are doing like this. Before that, there are so many things that you need to know. So in essence, what we are saying is that by the time we finish this program and we have the master, they expect us at least we are specialists. Are you getting me now? In the field of educational technology. And that is a specialist. Yes. There's nowhere they will have to about educational technology that we should not be able to talk about it. And this educational technology or communication that we are going to discuss is part of it. It's not that we want to teach ourselves how to speak. No, it's not in educational technology. But how can we, the message we are passing, and can we ensure that it connotes or the meaning, what we are expecting the student to grab is what they grab. Are you getting me now? I think you understand what I just said now. Yeah. So what we are passing to them is exactly what they are putting inside their brain. That is our own aspect of it. So now, the title of this course, let me share my screen so that we begin to have this class with something. And as well, if you have you been able to see my VLE, virtual learning environment?
No.
Okay. Can you see this on your screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can see.
Okay. Let me start from the beginning so that you know. Oh yeah, Yipo, you will see. You will know the professor you showed that you were talking about the other time.
Yes, sir.
Taught me how to use computer.
Okay.
You know Tanke along the University Road. He
yes,
has one shop there, computer shop. During my undergraduate, I always take the key and collect all the assignments given to the students, and I will close the door overnight, start typing. It was one that trained me on how to use computer. As educational technology, is able to know how to prepare PowerPoint. What I'm using is PowerPoint.
Wow.
What I'm using is PowerPoint. You're able to use PowerPoint. Your colleagues, they'll be coming to you and say, please, I want to have a lecture here, and they need PowerPoint. As educational technology, you should be able to do that. If you don't know how to do that, it's a skill that you must know as a specialist. It's a must. It's a must. If it is under this topic, I will have asked you to design something for me. But let's continue. It's very, very important. So that's one of the things. So I'm using PowerPoint now to design, and so that we can have something relevant. So, you know, the title here of the course is Theory of Communication Let me see. Theory of communication and philosophical of instructional materials. Why this course is important, we know, and this one is not the course per se. The lesson is not lesson one at all. The lesson is want to just introduce the lesson to us. How is it important? And let me tell you, it's an opportunity that you see my face. I'm Dr. Ayodeji Muhyiddin Badmus, National Open University. And let me tell you, as a privilege, I'm in charge of this program, educational technology. Are you getting me now? So
yes,
Okay.
so I'm in charge of educational technology. If at the end of the day I have any issue, you can call me. But at the end of the lesson, I will give you my number. So
Okay, sir.
I can now, by the time, if with your name now, I can enter into my computer and know everything about your status, about how you've been doing and anything. So in a, I can tell you. So that is that, about that. So today we only discuss about, we introduce to ourselves this course, EDT 811. Let me tell you, EDT 811 is very, very compulsory. It's compulsory, and that is why I need to have just to use a day to explain to ourselves. We have so many students that your colleagues, that they have finished, they have all everything to be graduated. But they fail to pass this course. Even some, they do not even register for the course because they don't know the importance. EDT 811 is part of the course. Let me tell you, by the time they ask us to solicit for graduation, this is the first subject of first course that I'll be looking for, EDT 811, because it is compulsory.
yes.
So that is why I'm just telling you how important it is. So learning objective for this, what we are doing this afternoon, as a teacher, you know, you need to plan. Even if you know what to say, you have to plan. And even you know what you will say or what you present, you must have paper jotting down things. Are you getting me now? So before you
Yes.
just be on the program or be on anywhere and discuss, that is where this thing is very, very important. So my objective this afternoon is that I will introduce to you the course, and then I will let you know the objectives of this course and some things that you need to study, that you need to learn, that is study unit, and how can we get the most best from this course. So that is just what we are going to do in the next 45 minutes. So now let's enter into the course. EDT 811, what is it all about? EDT 811 is a compulsory course, and then it's a core course, and we know that it is theory of communication and philosophical basis of instructional media or instructional materials. Now, let me ask Ademola. Ademola,
Sir?
what is the meaning, or is there any difference between the media and materials? Because media. Yes, and materials.
Okay. You know, we have so many media, instructional media. We have the printed media. We have the printed media.
No, wait. I'm not asking about the samples. Just
okay.
Oh, Adetutu, can you, the media and materials, any relationship?
Adetunji.
Adetunji.
Okay. Is it difference or something related to them?
What is there any difference between them?
Difference.
Okay. Media, I think if I get you right, sir, is anything that communicates verbally, that speaks. Media, like your television sets, your video. When materials could be like your newspaper, magazines.
That's okay. You are in line with Ademola.
Sir, can I say something?
Yes, Doctor.
Yes, sir.
To me, media has to do with the channel through which instructions or information are being passed through. Okay. It has to do with the senses.
Okay.
The media has to do, it can be audio, it can be video, okay, it can be textual, anything that the senses can view, can identify and recognize is the media.
Okay.
But the material had to do with the physical objects.
Okay.
That will present to the senses.
Okay, that's okay. You all said the same thing. I must tell you, you all said the same thing. Ademola, you want to put something in?
Yes, apart from what everybody else, I felt like these two words, they are used interchangeably.
Good of you. That's exactly what I'm expecting. Because we'll be using it. Are you getting me now? At times, I can say instructional media. I can even say instructional material. Educational media or educational materials. So that you not be thinking, what is the media? This man is he speaking or missing two things together? I get me now. That is why we need to at least explain this thing to us. When we say media is plural. I get me now. Plural of, I'm coming on. This thing says the meeting is, can you see it?
No.
This said the meeting is we end in the next 10 minutes. I don't expect that.
No.
It's not showing yet.
It's 1 hour.
It's 1 hour.
This is just 30. This is just 30 minutes from the starting.
Oh, okay, don't worry. I think
the only challenge I'm having here is that the screen, your screen that you are sharing is bigger than my screen. I'm not seeing what's on your screen.
Oh, it's big. You are using phone?
Yes, I'm using phone.
Okay. When this thing go off, I don't know why it's telling me that it's 10 minutes. So, but I can quickly, when it go off, I can quickly rearrange and send it back to you so that we know. No, now let me
just set for 30 minutes instead of 1 hour.
It's 1 hour. I think I programmed it for 1 hour. That is the university order. So let's continue anyway. So what I'm saying is that we were using this media. Media represents materials. Where medium represent materials without S, and we use them interchangeably anytime. So that by the time I'm talking about instructional media or instructional materials, you will know that it's the same thing. So somebody also is joining us. I don't know if I can see his the person's face will help us to pronounce the name. I could not pronounce the name of this is Feinji Piafa. Mr. Dado, can you pronounce the name?
I can't see it on my screen.
Okay. Let me check to see it on my screen.
Okay, let me check the participants and see.
Don't worry.
Okay. ABIK.
Oh, okay. So
the other one is Feingi Baifa.
Oh, okay, that's
Feingi Baifa, ABIK, I think.
Okay, that's okay. Let's continue before this thing goes. I think Mr. Water, we cannot see him again. Now, EDT 811 is a 2-unit course, and it is compulsory to this program, and it is very important for anyone that is enrolled for Master in Education Technology in the University of National Open University. What are the purpose of this course? Number one is that this course will expose the student to the meaning of theory. To the meaning of theory, we familiarize ourselves with the theory, and then the theories of communication, not only the theory. There are so many theories. We have theory in science, theory in all these things, but we focus our own theories on communication. Then also another purpose is that we expose us to some concepts of communication. There are so many concepts there, so we expose us to that. Then the communication process. I told you the other time that it's not that we want to teach ourselves how to speak. No, it's not that we want to emphasize on the languages. No, our own is teacher is teaching, and what is teaching is really what student is getting. Are you getting me now? That is communication.
Yes, sir.
Whatever might make learning more effective and efficient through the communication is what we are talking about. That is communication process. Now, the mode of communication. The mode of another meaning for mode is methods. In some ways, if you are in a gathering, what are the ways at which you can communicate to the people? Even at times, some people will say that my voice is that very cool. I get it now. Before I joined the university, I was in a college of education, and this college of education, come and see 2,000 students in a hall, and you have to stand and teach all of them at the same time. So what I need to do, there is this portable amplifier that I normally go to the class. I get me now. I put it on my side and I use this earpiece, and if everybody will hear me at the same time. So there are so many ways at which we can do that. That is why we need to study that. As an electrical technologist, we should know that. So the next one, this course we expose us to teaching learning process versus communication process. Why this one is like this is that this teaching learning is one aspect. Communication process is another aspect. So, and we meet together. Here is that meeting is in the classroom. I get me now. It's in the classroom. That's why we say that learning process versus communication process. So how are we going to put them together so that we achieve our aim? This course will teach us. Now, another one is that the course we expose us to some concepts of philosophy and some educational philosophers with emphasis on the use of instructional materials like instructional media. You welcome back, Ademola. So these are the things. No, we talk about. I said at the entry point that this technology, it cut across all the discipline. There's no discipline that we say that, oh, technology is not valued. No. The same thing with the philosopher. We have some philosophers that made emphasis on instructional materials, like Maria Montessori, like Skinner. So there are a lot of them. We'll be taking them one after the other, and we discuss. This call will expose us to that. So the next one is that, come on, where is the next one? I'm trying to, so let's go to the next one. So the next one is that we'll be able to define theory. We teach ourselves theory, what mean by theory. So we're able to explain communication theory. So then we'll be able to, these are the objectives of this course. So at the end of this course, those are the things that they expect us to know. And let me tell you, all these objectives, that is where the question will come from. The question will focus on all these objectives. So by the end of before our lesson, before the exam, you should be able to know how to define theory in so many ways and explain communication theory and be able to discuss some definition of communication theory. There are a lot. So and be able to, to define communication as well. So also, by the end of this lesson, you should be able to explain what communication involves. It's not that we are talking. Let me tell you, if somebody asks what the meaning of communication, we all know, so far we have experience in educational technology. As somebody will say transfer of information from the sender to the receiver, right? But there are so many involved between that chain, between the sender and the receiver. There are so many things happen. So we have explained that. Then we're able to discuss the nature of communication. The nature of communication. If we know the nature or characteristics of things, we'll be able to manage or maintain that things. That is that. About that. Let me tell you, it's not it. People believe that whoever that in science or in technology, they know little about languages. Are you getting me now? They know little about communication. They believe that they are spoken English or somewhere my somehow tick. Are you getting me now? But they believe in them because they are highly intelligent, because what they are always dealing with, they are always dealing with machine and tools. Are you getting me now? But let me tell you, in nanotechnology, it's not only that you can talk that can give efficiency or make things more effective to whoever that you are speaking to. But nanotechnology believes that if you are using right tools, right method, right things to support you, even if you are stammering, I get me now. If you are stammering, you will communicate very well. People will enjoy you because you have support, because you have things to help you out. So that is why we have different characteristics of students in the class. There are some that are blind, there are some that are deaf, there are some that they cannot assimilate quickly. But nanotechnology will find solution to all these things. And if they cannot communicate or they cannot grasp the information, there will be problem. So that is why we need to know all these things. Now, the next one is that, okay, objective, we are still continuing with objective. We should be able to mention types of communication. What I'm mentioning, if we focus on them, on this objective, that is where we, let me tell you, we have, some have been said and other things since, are you getting me now? Yes. Our own is to read through. Our own is to cover what necessary to be covered. So that is where I need to spell out, to give room for today's lesson and see what we need to know and see the trend at which we need to pass. So we should be able to mention the various types of communication, and we should be able to enumerate purpose of communication. Then we should be able to explain the component of communication. There are so many components, we all know. Let me tell you, all these things I'm mentioning, like Oyeyipo now, because he has first degree in technology, be able to know, see that these things are very simple.